What are we talking about?
I'm always a bunch of callers.
What are we doing?
I sent it to you.
Can you? All right, but I didn't bring my phone in here. And
What happens if
how do you handle? I start.
Start the show off today.
How do you handle when your ex pops back up? How many times can you go back to something that doesn't work? Why does toxic feel so good? Why do women forgive easier than men when somebody cheats?
You all right, Rod?
Can you still be friends with your ex? And if you are friends with ex, what's the rules? What's the rules moving forward? Which is really going to be
I'm good in my. Oh, see, this is why I'm gonna order one of these because. Do you see how simple this is, bro?
Yeah, I see it. It's clearly getting audio. How do we know that? Where's your computer? I've been waiting to talk to y'all about this all day.
Ooh,
so
let's get
First of all, we are back. I'm your boy RJ. I got my man Rod, happily married, and listen, my man Rayshawn, who's always in between salvations. And today, I just flat out need a second. I ain't gonna lie, today ain't been my favorite day, but it's all good. I got my boys in the house, man. So let's launch straight into this podcast, man. Let's do it. What's up? What we talking about?
So look, it's not even what we're talking about. It's what happened today.
I got one more thing before we start.
Oh my God.
I got one more thing.
He always got one more.
I got one more thing. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all things Safe Space Network, Safe Space Radio, and Gimme a Second Podcast. Your hearts, your likes, your shares, your subscribes help us push content out. More content like this. So just continue to keep doing those things. And that's it. I don't got nothing else. Go ahead.
I just thought about this. What I'm about to bring up, you talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
RJ went to church yesterday. It's rare sometimes. He preached and spoke, or he taught us. Do
I need to give him my 3 points?
No, don't give him the 3 points. Don't give him 3 points. They should have been there. But one of the things he's talking about is when that ex pop up. You literally talked about that. Yeah. You literally talked about it Sunday. Well, Sunday, not yesterday.
Okay, so break that down like a fraction.
So hold
60
on.
seconds or less.
Real quick, on that particular topic, I was saying that, listen, anxiety is one of those things where it's a false payment or a false down payment on something that might not happen. And what the devil likes to do, the devil likes to use anxiety because he can't stop God's plan. Right. So he likes to use anxiety to stop you from enjoying things that God wants you to have, like relationship. Yeah, relationship was God's first desire, or one of his first desires on his mind when he created the earth. So that's what that was about. And I said, so he'll bring anxiety in the midst of a good relationship, because God wants you to enjoy that, right? Mm-hmm. But then the devil will send your ex, when you finally found the right one.
All right, so Rayshawn, how did we get here? Talk to us.
We got here because that's exactly. Speak of the devil. No, I'm playing. But how do you handle when that ex just pop? I mean, and it's like they pop up at the weirdest times when you in a good mental place, when you ain't thinking about it, and boom, there go the DM or there go the pic.
Yeah, they pop up.
And sometimes it's coming when you start getting random likes on your photos, right, or random little comments after you post something, and then boom, there it is. How do we handle that?
For me, I notice, and I don't have an answer to this. I'm just gonna say I notice when they pop up. They pop up when the situation they moved on to or moved on for didn't really work out. So now they're going back to default. They're trying to figure out, well, let me see if RJ is available, and I moved on too. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so now, now I got to make a decision. That's what happens to me. What about you, man?
No, I mean, you hit it right on the head, man. And it's always like you said, it's always when the person that initially moved on from you thought they was doing something good, and then it's like, all right, this really ain't it. Yeah. And now you're in a happy space. Yeah. And it's like, now let me try to figure out how to invade their happy space, break up their happy home, and let me see if I can get that old thing back.
Listen, I agree with you, man. This is my last church reference only because you brought up, shout out to Great City, first of all. Thank you for letting me come and hang out with you guys. But listen.
Yeah, Basha, he preached now. I do. You gotta catch that quick. He preached more.
Follow him. I am Ryan Ford on IG, Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. But listen, the other thing is when I want to do right, evil is always present. Get out my D. I'm trying to do right. And so I just want to say that, the distractions. And I think a lot of times those distractions come to see can we really handle the good thing for our life?
Yeah.
I'm really getting connected to that. I'm thinking the distractions are gonna come, but they come in connection with, I'm about to give you something good. Can you really handle it?
Yeah.
Can you really handle it? Are you really graced for that?
That's like this quote I saw somebody post the other day that was like, how many of us end up mishandling the thing we prayed for? Like we end up mishandling, like, we got this good relationship, this good situation come up, and then boom, that DM hit, and we just like, yeah, we can, I might go back to it one more time. See, here's the thing though, we don't talk about it a lot. When somebody from our past hits us up, like we said, it's them trying to see, can I still get in? Yeah. But sometimes when we go back to it, it's the egotistical part of a man saying, I'm gonna see if I can still get it.
Right.
If I still want it, is that still mine?
The thing I think about, like, for me is, like, once y'all break up, the thing that is inevitable is that it's not going to be the same with how you had it the first time. So, like, let's say you guys separate and let's say you guys get back together. There's going to be fun moments. There's going to be fun times, but it's never going to be what that once was, because 9 times out of 10, you probably broke up because of trust or whatever that looks like. And it's like, now it's like, I'm going back to you because it's convenient and because it's fun, not because I genuinely want to be with you.
I'm glad you said that, because when I've entertained a thing that came in my life, that left my life, it was directly connected to what you just said. But more importantly, I was either A, available, or B, I ain't gonna lie, I was connected to that good thing. Yeah, that was there in the relationship. You know what I mean? When I was in between salvations,
I was going. So how many? At what point do you say, "Hey, I'm not going back no more"? Like, this is too many times to keep going back. Because I'm a habitual go backer.
Thank you for
habitually gonna just get. Well, that red flag won't red.
It was yellow.
It was yellow.
Let me see.
Let me see. Flashing. But seriously, like, how many times? Like, what point do we just say, like, yo, this just don't work? Like, and is that just me? Or have y'all been there at some point?
So when that first go back, it's already starting that pattern of toxicity, right? But you'll wake up and realize, like, I don't need to be doing this anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have that feeling. Like, it's gonna be that one time when you go over there, you get the cookie. It's a good convo, whatever.
Man,
but like,
old school, he said cookie.
Look,
I ain't heard cookie.
You get the cook. Nah, but for real though. But like, it's just something about, when you go to have that quote unquote fun, and then when you get back to your own self, your own thoughts, back at your own place, you're like, man,
I could have did without that.
Yeah,
I could have.
It's like that post clarity. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it what it is. Like that post clarity, and it's like when you have that moment, that revelation, you're like, man, I'm good.
I can tell you 10 times out of 10, because anything I've gone back to is not in my life now.
Yeah.
The go back was never to stay.
Yeah.
I just got to be honest. The go back was to never stay. And I thought that maybe going back, it was connected to that, but you got to remember why you left. You know what I mean? And then more importantly, I think, okay, so when does it stop? I think men are logical and women are emotional, and that doesn't put a gender above another.
Yep.
I think at some point for men, when we stop, we get to a point where we count up the cost. What is this costing me mentally? What is this costing me physically? What is it costing me emotionally? You know what I mean? And I think once I start realizing that it's costing me, and I don't like that it's costing me, I said it. I don't mean to go back to what I talked about, but when you absolutely,
he preached so heavy.
When you absolutely hate it, you'll change it.
Yeah.
And it's not until you absolutely hate it, until you realize that it's derailing you from just you being the best you. Yeah. You just living your best life, as they like to say.
Yeah.
That for me, that's when enough is a flat out enough. But until I get to that point, what it costs is worth it. Yeah. If I could say it that way. What it costs is worth it.
But you're punishing yourself.
And we don't know that.
Well, you literally called it a minute ago. It's once you start doing that go back cycle, it's toxic. Yeah. But the problem is, man, toxic feels so good.
It does.
Toxic looks so good.
It's fun. It's exciting.
Tastes so good.
It's adventurous.
I was struggling with texting toxic today.
See what I'm saying?
I almost text toxic today.
Because sometimes when you having a bad day, toxic make that.
Yeah.
And here's another question for y'all: is toxic convenient?
Yep.
Toxic was available.
Yep.
So that what we're going
always
toxic,
available.
Toxic is available.
Always available. That's what I'm saying. Toxic feel good. Toxic is fun. I mean, I put it out there like, why do you because we all got those friends like, that's toxic. Why you keep doing it? Why you do that? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
Because it's available. Because I know
it's available.
Yeah.
And it is not until it really burns you and puts you in a situation where I got to go back to it. I know I just talked to it, but that thing is resonating with me.
He full of the whole. He full.
No, I stopped when toxic finally cost me everything.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to derail and get to a moment of seriousness, but toxicity, eventually, when you play with it enough times, it's going to cost you everything. And so I'm at a space now where it's cost me enough. I don't have nothing left to give. So I don't even give toxicity room at this point. I look at it, I scroll, I think a couple times, I ain't going to lie. But then I say, but it cost me too much.
Yeah.
It really cost me too much.
And sometimes, man, like, and shout out to my pops, because he'll always tell me, man, you sometimes, man, you're a cat, man. I think you're a cat. Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? He's like, because you think you got 9 lives.
Yeah.
And he was like, you find yourself in these situations and somehow you just find your way out.
Yeah.
But you're going to run out of them 9 lives one day. And getting back to, toxic being fun, toxic being adventurous, we're only, and what I was saying before that, we're only punishing ourselves.
Yeah.
And we can't continue to punish ourselves, and we can't continue to live with these 9 lives that we think we have.
Yeah.
Because
at some point it does run out.
It does.
I love what you said. You said you're punishing yourself, but I'll say it a different way that maybe someone else can connect with. You're delaying a good thing in your life. And we like to go around and be like, oh, delay is not deny. It is when you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
You got to get to a space and place where you stop breaking your own heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't think we realize sometimes when we're having the fun that all we're doing is chipping away at the heart, the one heart that we have. We only have one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we got to guard that. And so so Rashawn, you're funny.
He's full.
You're funny.
He's full. I'm trying to tell y'all the preach.
I don't even know why this is on me so heavy, but like when you, in terms of guarding your own, we always talk about guarding your heart. We talk about what we let in.
Yeah.
But I'm equally connected to what we let out. Okay, it's too easy to be like, oh, you need to guard your health, you need to guard yourself, you need to protect yourself. But we also got to protect and guard what it is that we put out into the world. Yeah. Because what we put out into the world gives off an element of accessibility that is, I'll just say it this way, it's just not true. It's false. It's a false sense of availability.
Yeah.
And we know what we're doing when, we say what's up. We know the tone behind the what's up. We know the tone behind when we know somebody is in our DMs, they ain't got no business being there. And hey, dot.
Hey, big head.
You know what I mean?
Hey, big head.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you doing?
But I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know if you all can connect with this, but this is just my truth. This is my truth, because I've had some situations I knew was toxic. I knew was no good. I knew I should have been out of it. But I don't know if this is just the hard headed in me or if this is the man in me that I've decided to go back to it to prove myself that I can make it work and to prove everybody else that it was wrong. Have you all as men ever been there?
When were you ever right?
I didn't say I was going to be right, but I had made up my mind. I was like, I'm going to prove them. I'm going to prove.
Nah, and that's good transparency, man. But the thing about it is, 2 traits that we carry as men that could be gifts and curse is that ego and that pride.
Boy.
You got to know when to put a harness on that thing. Boy. Because a lot of times, and it's like, bringing home a girlfriend and you want your family to approve, and they like, no, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But you're like, I'm gonna show y'all that this is gonna work. Instead of just taking the hand or taking the advice and being like, you know what, let me zoom out and see why this may not be for me.
There you go delaying again.
And really, when you're leaving that situation, and let's just zoom out and unpack it a little bit, right? When you break up with somebody, you know what I'm saying, and like you're knowing like, hey, I need to do work on myself as well. When you're going back and responding to those text messages or even initiating those text messages, like you're delaying the work on yourself.
That's good.
That's it. You're delaying the work on yourself. And how can you want better for yourself? Or how can you expect better when you're not? And that's why I say you're punishing yourself.
So when you left, I got a question. When you left, at whatever time that you left, why did you leave? Like, not what did she do, but why did you leave? Because I think that's a conversation in and of itself.
So, I mean, there's a laundry list as to why people may leave, but I would say the big thing before I kick it over to Rashawn, man, is insecurity of something. Insecurity. You saw something you didn't like, you heard something you didn't like, and for men, I fare on the side of ego and pride. You couldn't handle it. We couldn't handle it, and we was like, I'm out.
So then what's your deal breaker?
Well, men. First off, men can't handle. We can't handle what we do. That's gonna always be a deal. Like we cannot handle.
Well said, actually.
We can't handle. We can be in 29 DMs, and we catch that woman in one DM. Yeah. We catch her text in one dude. Excuse me, and you know what I'm saying? We hurt. We hurt. Ego destroyed. Yeah, but. We can be in 25 and expect, baby, be over there. They want that. They want what it was. That's not what I don't. Women built different. That's all I said. They built different. We can't handle what they can.
I knew they were built different when they were put on this earth to bear children. Yeah. So that let me know, look, if you could carry a child for 9 months, poop that thing out. And I've seen 4 perfectly good executions.
Coming from the happily married man himself.
The happily married man.
Yeah. But no, like, when I knew they were able to bear children and multiply, like obviously we do our part too. Yeah. That let me know that they are stronger. I am willing to argue that women are stronger than men. Mm-hmm. I know we are physically to the natural eye. Yes, we could lift that couch. We could lift that, that heavy weight. But women are stronger. And the role they play in our lives are greater than what we give them credit for.
I'm not going to let you get the ladies vote by yourself.
No, I co-sign with it.
I'm not going to let you get the ladies vote by yourself. I'm going to go ahead and co-sign and say I believe that as well. Yeah. I believe they're meant to carry more, obviously from everything that you just said. But again, because we're logical, I believe that as men, we don't deal in things as long as they do. Mm-hmm. I believe their capacity to deal is a thing that we as men got to do better at acknowledging.
So deal... Devil's advocate. This is my episode to be devil's advocate, right? Do you feel like they deal fast?
You're not getting that vote by yourself.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before you go to public, hold on. Before you go to public service now, I just want to thank all the strong women that are watching this podcast. Y'all are resilient. Hey, y'all are strong.
Let us know in the comments who had the best, endorsement for women.
You all are beautiful. You're strong. That's all that was. Still you rise. Still you rise. With thunder between your thighs, still you rise.
Rashad, no, that ain't it. You're hustling backwards, man.
That's I thought that's not the poem.
You are funny. That's it. Still I rise.
With thunder between your thighs.
Man, real quick though, before I forget what I was about to say. But when we get back to like women moving on faster than men, do you think that's because they just naturally do that, or do you think it comes from men forcing them? I don't think.
Whoa, who moves on? Wait, you said who moves on faster?
No, I'm saying I'm saying move on. Like
when they move on.
No. So I said the question wrong. Let me say it this way. Yeah. Like when men mess up, kind of going back to last week, but like when men mess up, we say women forgive faster than men, right? Is that what we're saying? Forgive faster. Is that what we're saying? Move on. So that's why I said let me reword it. When women forgive faster, do you think that's because they're naturally designed to just forgive faster, or do you think we're forcing it?
I don't know if it's a time that they forgive faster. I just feel like they have the ability to be resilient to forgiveness more than we have. They have the capacity for it more than we do. And I don't think it's that they do it faster. I just think it's more so they've carried the weight of the family for so long as women and the weight of life that they're just like, I'm not about to let this break me or break us.
For sure.
I speak to this all the time. My 2 favorite words from a relationships aspect, capacity and availability. Mm-hmm. I think a woman is going to forgive until she decides that she don't want to forgive no more. Yeah. It could be 5 times. It could be 100 times. And it all depends on what stage of life you get her in. It all depends on what her circumstances were before you, with you, and what they can be after you. Yeah. Straight up. And I don't think it's about whether they forgive faster, because you may be the guy that you didn't get the second chance. Yeah. But you could be the guy that got 10 chances. Yeah. So I don't think they can forgive faster. I don't think they forgive more. I think,
like I was saying, the capacity for it.
When they forgive, and when they don't, it's over.
So let's think about this. Kind of transitioning on. Okay, the 10 chances have been had. Yeah. It just ain't working no more. Do you think you can still be friends with your ex or ex? Like exes? Like, can you still be friends with exes? Like, what does that look like?
I need to
think about that for a second.
I need a drink.
Hold on.
Hey, did you think about that? Did you just cough up mucus?
Well, here's the question. You said
we all tested for COVID-19. By the way,
you said can't. What? Let me break that down. Let me break that down. Can we be friends? You can do anything you want to do.
Okay, Martin.
Should you? Let me break this text down. Should you?
Yeah.
Is it in your best interest to? no, it's a no because once you've opened that door and you've seen them in that light, even in your mind, if you know I don't want her no more, I don't want to do that no more. That girl come in with a nice dress on, you gonna look.
Yeah,
you gonna think about the last time you bent it over. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in your head. So I think that friendship is that once for men, once it's crossed over mentally.
Yeah.
I think at that point you can't deal with it anymore.
Man, like I think I couldn't, and I think at the end of the day, I always have to remember why we separated.
Yeah.
And if I could just be transparent, you know how you get that text message that says "God bless." I can genuinely say that I don't know if I want to see you happy if it's not with me. I'm being for real, and so that might go viral.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if we be honest, okay. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. And so us being friends, again, goes back to that whole delay conversation. Am I delaying myself? And if I'm, trying to be friends with you, am I delaying you?
So even if you done moved on and now you're happy, she's moved on, now she's happy.
I still don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that. I don't want to be on your. I don't want to see your stories.
Bahamas, vacation. I don't want to see that.
No.
That's whack.
No.
I don't want to see that. Because I'm trying to figure out why we didn't go.
Why that wasn't in the budget?
I'm trying to figure out why we didn't go.
Yeah.
And see, I know my ego.
Find out she with the new guy and paid.
And see, no, that's my ego. Yep, you with him, you got a Honda. You would have got a Sadie's with me. That's my ego. No, I'm just playing. But that's real. I'm with you. I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to talk to you about it. I don't want you looking at what I'm doing. Like you go ahead. We exes for a reason.
The type of guy I am, the woman that would be with me while I was maybe, trying to entertain a friendship with the past situation, she ain't gonna have that.
Nope.
Because she gonna know why she wanted me at the time she wanted me.
Yeah.
And so old lady, and that's in the picture now, gonna be like, nah.
It can be blinding. It can be blinding.
You're not Romeo and nobody but me.
You asking us, you married. Can you be friends with your ex?
Uh-oh. No. Let me look. So I almost messed that up and said too long. I almost messed that up and said too long. But let me get the quick no off. Let me get the quick no off.
No.
But can I be transparent with you guys?
Okay,
I've tried.
Yeah, and it don't work.
We all tried. Somebody had that song. I tried, and sometimes I failed.
Yeah,
and I can honestly say, contrary to popular belief, I've tried in efforts to truly be a friend.
Yeah. But
because you guys hit it on the head, because you've experienced that level with somebody, it's just never gonna go away. And at some, it may start off good. It may start off with, hey, just checking in. Hope the family's well. But at some point, it's gonna develop, whether it comes from you, whether it comes from her, and now you find yourself back in that trap, in that dilemma, putting your family and life at jeopardy because of trying to get that toxic fun.
Give me a second. This just came to me in real time.
Okay.
How much do you tell your current situation about your ex?
I'm not saying nothing.
If anything.
if they ask, I'll answer any questions that they ask.
So let me pose a scenario.
Okay.
Y'all are not connected as friends, right? Like y'all don't talk on a regular basis, but y'all are still like Facebook friends or IG friends, whatever. And you're scrolling and you notice a person likes and
should you still be IG friends? Start there before you even finish your
wow. Let's unpack it.
Whoa.
Before you even get there, should you be on my IG? Should I be in your Snap?
If I'm transparent, I only like if I unfriended, if I ever did that, I did it because I really wasn't ready to be done. And I'm kind of mad at you. So I'm trying to get you for you get me. And I don't want to see you happy. Let's put that in context. I don't wish bad on nobody.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see you move on just yet.
I think that's an honest place to be in because that's the truth to that. Yeah. Because that whole thing, people lie about that whole thing. And I wish you well. I wish you the best. No, you don't. Yeah, you don't want nobody. You don't want nobody doing better without you than they were doing with you.
Have a good day. Don't do that no more. That's
toxic.
They
know what they're doing.
Toxic.
They know what they're doing.
No more. But back to giving me a second scenario. You're scrolling. And you just happen to, you're just going down your timeline and your significant other sitting next to you, and there's a comment on a picture or something, and she says the magic words, "Who is that?"
The pin needles of sweat running down my face.
What do you say? And this is the reason why I'm connected to this question because, first of all, I believe that when a woman asks you a question, she already know the answer.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, how do you and us? First of all, us as men, we have 100% integrity. We don't believe in lying. Okay, so how do you handle that, woman? Give me a second. Like the man has been able to keep it going. Mentor us.
Help me.
Help me.
Help.
I need help.
I mean, I ain't say I was shooting 100% from the field, but
you got championships, man. God.
I do. Robert Ory.
If I didn't marry, I didn't never date her, so I ain't got no story to tell. I don't know this woman.
Yeah.
Sorry to this woman.
You said it, man. The big thing is integrity, and if you have that, the answer is the answer. But it's when you're not being real.
Is the follow-on question then. What happens when when the last time you talked to her?
Because that's coming right
That's
after.
coming right after it. I'm giving you the order of operations. This is how it's going to go.
Yeah.
I got one. I done been there and then like, well, hit the message button and let me see what y'all last conversation. Oh. That y'all ain't lived till you been to that.
Wait.
You ain't lived till you been right there.
Why we got to do all that? Like, what's up? Like, why? I don't do that. This is my favorite one. I don't do that to you.
Said, hey, that's your fault. You should have did it.
I don't do that to you.
You should check my phone.
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you what I love about women. I'm gonna get right back to you. Is that you had that conversation about Sally that you saw on Instagram at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
11, 12 that night, you lay in the bed half asleep. So you telling me you ain't talked to Sally?
Right.
I mean, I love women.
That's the other part to that, though. You trying to act like you sleep.
Mm-hmm. I know you hear me. I know you trying to tell me, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, we can talk about tomorrow.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, man.
That's transparent.
Relationship or marriage. Hey, any buzzing after 9:30?
Who that?
Look, my brother was texting me last night about some stuff for the pod.
Yeah.
Look, it was a zzz, zzz. Yeah. I'm like, man, who was that? I'm trying to.
You don't want to flip it over.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm over here.
You don't want to flip it over.
I'm like, and just phone on max brightness.
Yeah.
Max brightness. She like, hey,
look, Face ID. So as soon as you turn it over, it's gonna pop up.
You over here like, Lord, if you hear me now, it's me again.
Oh my God.
Let this be no.
Yeah.
Man. The thing is, we just gotta stop doing that, right? Yeah, stop entertaining the foolishness. That's the first piece.
I don't worry
and like I said, I'm at a place now to where, my wife can attest to this, so I can say this on camera. Like, she knows she can access my phone at any time, and whatever is in there, it's just in there. Yeah. And as you have
you know who you are. I love you. Go ahead. Shout out to you know who you are. Yeah.
Who we talking about? See, you just got me in trouble. Look, no, man, nah, man, my old lady, man, but like, because there was a time where I had to sleep, man, with like this, and it's just not a good feeling. And this strictly comes off the strength of entertaining exes, which brings us back to why we're here today.
Yeah,
it strictly comes off to that, and
I don't want to be guilty no more.
You don't. That's it.
I don't
you get the best. You get the best sleep that way.
I don't.
You're able to put the work on yourself. You're able to do the work on yourself that way.
Guilty no more. That's all it is. I don't have another answer other than that.
You don't know fear until you wake up.
Yeah.
Being hit across your head.
Yeah.
Or you don't know.
Yeah.
Or you wake up and crying across the room because they didn't went through. You don't.
Or just being told in your face, hey, I'm done with you. Yep. And I'm packing up everything and I'm out.
Matter. You don't.
It ain't 10 questions where she know the answer already, and you're trying to find ways to just, massage the question a little bit. That whole conversation is uncomfortable.
You know where we mess up though? We try to give the answer that they don't want to hear.
Yeah, because they want honesty, but they don't want the truth.
Oof.
No, I think they want honesty, and I think that sometimes they do want the truth.
Yeah,
but it's just we know the way the truth is gonna hurt, and I think they know how the level's gonna hurt.
But we have to realize that the damage was already done.
Yeah.
For me, I learned as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize I don't want to be guilty no more because I'm finding that I have more to lose.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, I was saying it the other day, I just want consistency at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not chasing it. It's not funny anymore. Yeah. It's not, the whole, keeping it spicy is cool, but I want to keep it spicy. Shout out to last episode. Go back and watch it. It's on our YouTube channel. Quick plug. but I want to keep it spicy in a consistent situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that matters at this point in my life. It should have always mattered. I want to make sure I say that too. But there is just a time where manhood meets reality.
Yeah.
And I think that's a conversation to be had.
It's crazy how much we can mature over however amount of time as men, because I know that a lot of all that mess that I did back then was literally my immaturity. You know what I'm saying? Was the immature version of myself, and not being honest, not even just not being honest with the person I was with, but just not being honest with myself or where I was, and it caused so much problems. That's why I agree so much with what Rob is saying. At this point in my life, man, I want to sleep good. I don't want to have to hold lies and tell lies and fix.
Man, and it's a different level of energy, man, when your significant other is happy, man. Like, it's just a better space. Yeah. It is, bro. And like, you'd be amazed at how good life can be when yours is taken care of and everybody's in a good headspace. Yeah. And you never want to come back after school for extra credit, man. And that's how I phrase messing up. You never want to catch yourself trying to get extra credit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just working 2 times as hard. And when you cross that bridge, it's like you can do 1,000 things right, but that one thing.
You say extra credit, but I learned now, I should have learned then, but extra credit still leads to a bad parent-teacher conference. Yeah. Because the teacher's still going to say he had to do the extra credit because he didn't do
the work.
You know what I mean? And
he didn't do the homework.
I don't want to be guilty no more. You know what I mean? And listen,
I don't want to be a player no more.
Promise you the last reference. I said it just the other day. Yeah. We are all 1 to 3 consecutive good decisions away from changing the trajectory of our life. Like literally, like be intentional about the next decisions that you make, the next concurrent decisions. Let them be your best decisions. And if you put the emphasis on that and if you acknowledge how important every decision it is that you make, it just lends better resources for your life. Yeah. Man, so what you got, Ray Sean? Like you about to drop a nugget because I'm about to end the show.
No, literally, I'm good. You got me.
Drop the mic.
And shout out to Bojangles.
While we was I'm sorry, I had to get a little.
Shout out to Bojangles.
While we were sitting here, I went ahead and I hadn't responded to that message. I went ahead and deleted it while we were sitting there because I've been holding it all day. Cause I was looking like you. So I was like, everybody. As soon as I saw, I said, "Devil, you a liar. Now you better cut Nick. Get out my DM."
Yeah. Listen. This was Give Me a Second. This was raw. This was transparent. Listen, like, share, comment, all things. Give Me a Second. Safe Space Radio, Safe Space Network, where we keep the main thing, because you're the main character in your story, man. That helps us push this stuff out through to the airways, man. So help us push our channel. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Facebook. We love y'all, man. We are out.
Peace. Hold on, that's my song.
That's sweet, man.